Hey guys, welcome to another news breakdown here on Soto Pop. Alright, as always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and I know it's been a little while, but I have some brand new Soto news for you. This is actually this week's Soto news. If you haven't caught up to everything so far, I made another video explaining all of that, but if you just want the brand new stuff, that's what I'm here to break down for you today. So we got one blog post this week, and it was a pretty hefty one. So it started off as our standard 01 riser, and it was showing off our special accessory set that was coming in, AI-05. And it shows us a little bit of follow-up to what we had a few weeks ago when they had revealed to us the option hands that were coming with 01, and I guess they're placing them in this special set. So these are looking pretty nice. And you're going to be coming with 2 thumbs up and 2 pointing hands for each right and left hand. So that's really nice. But then it sort of takes a turn, a very insane and really incredible turn. The next accessory that they show off. Oh wait, no, it's something else. This is the extra, spear that is supposed to go to Kashin. Great, whatever. Sorry. This next thing, really cool though. Check it out. We get a Geo-compatible Decade Belt. This is an absolute game changer. If you are like me and you want to be able to transform your regular Soto heroes with a Decade Belt, a pink or, whatever Decade Belt, this will work with it. And Geo notoriously was not compatible with the one that was released in his own line, which is insane. So I'm glad that they're rectifying it here. And not only, so you get to see that they did change the peg size here. Fundamentally, this is the same belt. But yeah, that's just the change. Another side effect of this, and something I wasn't aware of, was that it's actually now compatible with O's. Again, something I didn't try. Now, again, these belts, the belt faces, definitely work well and synergize well with these characters, but the belt itself, the actual crotch piece, it has the residual belt of that other rider, so you're not going to get a complete accurate thing, but this is the closest you're going to get. I am absolutely okay with that thus far. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. And not just that, it actually comes with a second one, so you could put a white face on it. And this, again, another thing that I wasn't aware of, Den-O can now use it. I was not aware that Den-O's belt was incompatible, but I checked my toys. Definitely was not the case. So this is perfect for that. Now, again, you're only getting 2, so you have no idea. I mean, you're gonna have to choose between O's and Geo, but realistically, you're probably, in any normal play, you're probably not gonna be leaving these on these guys for that long. So, this is relatively perfect. I absolutely love this. This is an accessory that I thought, it's just something I thought I'd have to do myself, and now do not have to because Soto has filled in those gaps. Alright, so we've gotten past that. There's still a lot more stuff to dive into with this accessory set, and for that we go to Grand Geo, who was clearly lacking in accessories because he doesn't really have any of his own until this set. Because do you remember the scene where he just sort of summons weapons? Well, yeah, you can do that now because they're giving us a full bottle buster, technically that we haven't had yet, because this comes with it comes loaded with tank and another sword version with rabbit. It's a reused mold, but still technically something we haven't gotten yet. This is really cool. I'm really happy that we're getting this. And on top of that, That's not where this ends. We're getting Agito's flame sword. I'm not quite sure what the name is, and it's not just the regular one. You also get the flared out version as well for like a final attack or something. That's not it. We're keeping we are continuing on this train. We get Gaim's sword and Deno's sword. We get the drive saber thingy, you know, the steering wheel sword thing. We have that. We have Kiva's sword. We have Forze rocket. No. We have Forze's final form sword. This one I really loved looking at, because if you take a closer look at the details here, there are just tons of tiny little like etches and stuff that, man, I'm eating this up. Absolutely loving this stuff. Next up, oh wait, is that a, oh, you know, I hadn't seen that before. I think there might be a hinge on this. Oh my god. Maybe not. I don't know. I might be crazy. Take a look for yourself. There are links to these in the description down below. Anyway, next up is this, the trailer hoe. And this is not actually, you know, just a standard version of it. Because in the show itself, it was only ever represented with the full signal. So everything was loaded into the trailer hoe. Even at the top, they added that little extra shift car in the top and then emblazoned the full in there. So it will do a full shot. It's about to launch a full shot. This is accurate to that one scene that he used it for a moment in. This is absolutely perfect. Again, another situation where, you know, if we had a drive line, this may have sort of giving you an extra option, you know, for a potential drive. And I took a look at my original Drive Candy Toy figures, and you know, obviously they did not give us a trailer hoe full version. We did get the regular trailer hoe, but this is the full version. We technically have not seen this yet. Next up is this weapon, which is Ryuki's final form sword weapon, which he technically didn't use in this form. He actually used it in this form, in the special. So the blog was telling us, G-Man was telling us that into production, he had no idea that the sword was being used until too late. So, you know, he got comments and stuff all up in the surveys, asking him to make the weapon, and he's finally able to rectify that. Even he, when he saw it, I was like, oh man, I really want to do that. So this is something he's been wanting to do, and I'm really proud that he's able to do it. This is awesome. I don't know, I'm happy about this. It's great accessories all around. Next up is stuff for the Over Quartzo movie. I hesitate to say it's spoilers, but it is technically from the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, it is from a singular scene where this next accessory bit is drawn from. So, fair spoiler warning, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's it. Get out of here. So, this next accessory, do you remember in the movie where they're all jumping in the air and then kicking, and then suddenly their names are just there? Well, you can do that, kinda. I hesitate to see why this was necessary, but sure, if that's what you want to do. You're getting 4 of these in a set, and you get stickers for all 8 of what Shoto has covered so far. Even Decade, but he doesn't have his final form, so it doesn't really line up well with this. Again, I hesitate to see the purpose for this, but apparently in the blog post they said that people had been asking for this in the survey, so if you have been wanting it, here it is. I am happy for those that did want it, and technically, and we'll get to this in a bit, if you buy 2 of these sets so that you can complete all 8 of these little panel things, you'll get 1 of each, you know, name tag for the front and the back. So, you know, just incentive to buy a second. And lastly, we see like the full layout, and you know, this is where we sort of see, hey, some of these weapons you might be able to pair with a lot of your Geo armor forms that didn't have any weapons or anything. And on top of that, I've been hearing a lot of chatter in our Discord, the Candy Toy Corner Discord, that this is making AI05 for them a skippable set because they only buy into 01 and are not here for the Geo stuff, which, you know, completely valid way to collect. I totally understand that. They just said they'll buy Thouser out of AI05 on the aftermarket, which again, completely understand. So that just means if you are a fan of Geo or the Geo toys or just anything Geo in general, that means we have more of a chance to get this, and there might be more of these in the wild, and I would love to get myself a second set of this, just to give some to Geo, give some to, you know, all the other forms. I think it works out beautifully. And they did say they were only able to do this because sales for the end of year premium Bandai sets were so high. I'm sure that sales on those have something to do with you know, how well I fail to see that, you know, the amount of sales on that would relate to this. I do wonder in the long term how this will fare. It's interesting, you know, and really I don't have all the numbers. I just see, hey, what's shelf warming, what's sticking around for too long and being discounted, just like the Tide Majins. So only time will tell. I am, again, very interested to see where this lands. Another thing to note here, all of this is molded in black. And if you take a look at the Den-O sword, it uses the same sticker as the retail release for Chronicle Den-O. And that's notable because it clearly left out, you know, the part that should have been silver on the front for where that axe sort of folds in. So, I don't know, they could have put the silver there. I'm not quite sure why they didn't do it. But yeah, anyways, this is a nice set. I'm really liking this stuff. I might even get, you know, a second one just for myself. Or third. I don't know. I like I like Decade Belts as well. Anyway, that's not all, because Double is celebrating its 10th anniversary soon, and they wanted to celebrate that and bring us something with it. So, for that, they announced their, what is it, their 4th premium Bandai set for Double? It's gonna come with, Axel, this isn't Trial, is it Trial? It's the yellow one where he flies. This is beautiful. One of my absolute favorite forms for this guy. Actually, all of his forms are pretty top tier, honestly. So yeah, this is our first time getting to see something like this again. Oh, Axel Booster, that's the name of this one. The sales are doing really well on the Double stuff, and I'm sure just Chronicle in general, so that's why we've been able to get some of this stuff. This looks so good. I'm so happy that they are rounding out the rest of Double, and really this set is making strides to finally get to the end of Double, something I wasn't sure we were going to be living in a world where Double was completed here in Soto, but here we are. Next up, we've got Eternal Red Flame, another thing that I figured I'd have to do myself, but they are here and they're doing it for us, and he looks great. Just another one of those things that was on my want list. I have nothing much else to say here other than thank you. This is exactly what I wanted. All the details look great. Next up, man, I don't know how else to intro this. It's just, well, you gotta see it. Of course they're doing this. Of course. In no way would they not have done this. I don't know why I doubted this existing for them. being that it is Double's 10th anniversary, this form, obviously, as when it came out for figure arts, when it came out for literally everything, it was such a cash grab. This thing shows up for maybe 5 seconds, doesn't move at all, and still gets a figure. The sheer, just having this here harkens back to that time where he was this form, Cyclone Axle Extreme, was such a I don't know, ubiquitous form, something that showed up everywhere. And it's been such a long time since it's reared its ugly head. Well, it's not ugly. This is a very good head. It's been so long, and I can't hate this. This is beautiful, and I love it. It's perfect. This should exist. This is meant to exist, and I'm absolutely happier for it. Another thing that does exist alongside it is... before we get to that, this is the lineup for all the figures that come in it. Axle Booster does have an extra sword, so you don't need to grab one from your regular Axle. Cyclone Axle doesn't really come with... Cyclone Axle Extreme doesn't come with anything, but there are some accessories that may work well with it that do come in this set. This is Axle Sword with the Cyclone memory loaded in. This was used in one episode, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I've heard from around the grapevine that this is sort of used in conjunction with Cyclone Axle Extreme sometimes for games or even toy releases. Don't quote me though. That's just sort of what I've heard. Do your own research, I guess. But yeah, this pairs perfectly well. I'm happy it exists. Another thing that I'm very happy exists, which I was sort of frustrated by, but we'll talk about it. The double version of the Decade Rider or Decade Belt, and obviously, Double has 2 peg holes instead of the 1, so it makes sense that he needs a completely different one. My only gripe here, my question is, why does it have the double symbol? I'd be more upset about this had I not seen the images after this, because this isn't the only option you get, presumably, because there are ones that are shown with, Double and Fang Joker that they showed off, but if you look closely, there is a different sticker with just the regular Decade one. I don't understand the function of the other one. No other version of the belt sticker has that, and I'm not sure why it was introduced at all. But either way, I'm just going to be using this sticker. I mean, you know me. I love it when there are option stickers and I have to buy another version of something to get a use out of it. But that initial sticker just breaks all conventions that I do not understand why it exists. And it honestly definitely shouldn't exist. So I will be going with this one. Anyway, that's all that comes in the brand new Premium Bandai set that is actually up for pre-order right now. So if you are interested, you could go to your middleman, or you could go to Team Rider and ask them, hey, are we going to be able to get our hands on this? Just like we did with the Axel and Skull set that was up on Amazon. We need to let them know that we want Soto. I will keep saying this until we get a consistent stream of Premium Bandai Soto in the States or wherever Bluefin decides to distribute. I will keep fighting for this. I really want to see these localized and not have to pay those inflated, those inflated prices from middleman services. So, that's really my call to action, and that's really where we are ending this episode. So, like I've been saying, get at Bluefin, get at Team Rider, and they do a bunch of, giveaways and stuff. Let them know we want Soto. We're here. We're loud and we're very proud. But be humble about it. Don't be rude. Anyways, guys, that's it for the news. If you like this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Tell us in the comments down below which one you're more excited for, the accessory set from AI05 or the brand new premium Bandai double set. And if you're not completely up to date, I have another video, like I said, detailing everything that we missed on Soda Pop News in the hiatus. And don't forget, we're going to be putting up another video or another Soda Pop podcast coming up soon for this week, and then hopefully next week we'll be back on track and the backlog is completely done, and we'll be back on our regular schedule of attempting to do a Soda Pop News and a Soda Pop podcast a week. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back after the hiatus. Yeah, keep it juicy.